Hey guys, today we're going to take a look at the recently released Mango update for Windows Phone 7. And as with every major release, there are hundreds of features, so in this video we're only going to take a look at the core features that change the Windows Phone 7 experience. So the first major change though is multitasking, and Windows Phone 7 takes the card style of multitasking, and it's actually a really good way of getting in between applications. Switching between applications is really seamless and smooth, and the display lets you know exactly what you're switching to. Oddly enough, you can't close these cards because the instances are kind of just discarded when Windows Phone 7 decides that you aren't using them anymore. If you decide to reopen the application, it should resume from the last point regardless of this, but I really wish there was some way to clear out these cards and kind of close the application. Also, some apps don't really support this yet, so while you can access its card, it may just throw you back to the beginning anyways. Next, some major changes to the People Hub. First, Twitter and LinkedIn are now built into Windows Phone 7, so you can easily link all of someone's social networks into their contact entry and display all of their updates at once. You can also post to those social networks directly from wherever you are, since they're integrated into the OS itself. Each person's contact card now has a detailed history of recent calls, emails, texts, and all of the chats you've had with that person. Just tap in the list to return the call or to go to the thread, and in addition to this, you can now group various contacts and pin those groups to the start menu, allowing you to only see updates for that group. One of the big problems people had with the People Hub was that it showed way too many people from your Facebook, and most of those people you don't care about. So this allows you to basically deal with the small fraction of people that you really care about. You can send texts to all of them at the same time, emails, and just get all of their updates at once. Chat and emails are now greatly improved too. With chat, you can get your Facebook messages, your SMS messages, your Windows Live Messenger messages all in one thread. So this lets you start a message in Facebook chat, finish it off with a text message, and basically receive all of a person's messages to you that would have normally gone to your phone anyway through a single thread. So this makes it a lot easier to deal with multiple instances of the same conversation, and you can actually turn it off if you don't like it. You can even switch between only Facebook or only text and things like that. Emails are now sorted by conversations, and this is great when it works because sometimes it ends up grouping emails that have nothing to do with each other with similar titles. You can now also link various inboxes into a single inbox, which is very useful for people that have more than one email address. There have also been a significant number of improvements to how Windows Phone 7 deals with photos. You can now share videos directly with Facebook and tag right from your phone, and it's finally here. You can now save your camera settings, and you don't have to go through and change all of them every single time you you open the camera application. This is something that people have been asking for since day one, so it's really great that it's finally here. There's also a bunch more settings, and you can now auto-correct your photos with a single push or slightly tweak them, and it does make them look a lot better. Search is now also greatly improved. Bing has music search, vision search, which allows you to look at product information, and voice search with maps integration.
Yes.
Voice search works surprisingly well as long as you aren't using crazy words, and most of my searches, about 99% of the time, have been correct. Speaking of voice commands have been also beefed up. You can now call people, text people completely from voice, as well as search, open various applications, and find things around you. You can even have messages read back to you, and these commands work surprisingly well. Once again, about 99–98% of the time, Windows Phone 7 has gotten my command correctly, as long as you aren't, like mumbling or using really weird words. These are of course just a few of the major improvements that come with Windows Phone 7.5, and in addition to this update, there's a ton more stuff. There's things like a web-based version of the App Store that basically lets you wirelessly install straight to your phone. There's visual voicemail, which I can't access. There's tethering, which I can't access. There's fun things like driving directions, mall maps, indoor maps, Microsoft Office improvements, custom ringtones, and finally the ability to search through all of your downloaded apps. And these improvements definitely push Windows Phone 7 up to at least close to current versions of Android and iOS, and they've done it in a really short amount of time. Their App Store is growing exponentially, but now that they've caught up in terms of features, we'll have to see how they deal with competitors who are ready to update their OSs soon. Either way, Windows Phone 7 is turning into a great and slick alternative for people who don't want to go the iOS or Android route, and at the rate they've been updating, we can expect that they'll be fully caught up with competitors in terms of features soon enough. But yeah, that's Windows Phone 7 Mango. It has my seal of approval, and thanks for watching, and be sure to rate and subscribe.